You're watching Cox Connections only on Cox 11. In the wake of the September 11th attacks, thousands of Americans volunteered their skills and talents to help protect their communities. And in 2002, the Medical Reserve Corps was established to organize community volunteer efforts to respond to public health emergencies. We'll now hear more from volunteers as to why they decided to join the Medical Reserve Corps.
Knowing my professional skills are needed.
Being part of a dedicated team that's saving lives.
Ready to pitch in during a public health emergency.
Helping protect my neighbors with vaccinations.
Knowing my community and my country can count on me in a crisis.
You know what? It makes me feel a lot better too.
As a medical professional, your skills can benefit your community and your nation. Whether you want to volunteer locally or nationally, visit vamrc.org.
Medical Reserve Corps coordinators Teresa Blakesley and Linda Botts join us today to talk about how communities can improve their overall health and preparedness by organizing volunteer resources from within. Thanks for being with me on the show today.
Thank you.
Teresa, let me start with you. I gave some information on the Medical Reserve Corps, but there's much more to this program. Expand upon a little bit more about what the program offers.
After 9/11, President Bush declared a call to action to have people come and serve. There was a lot of people that came out following the attacks to want to help, but they didn't understand the physical and mental impacts that it would have on them to serve. So the President declared the call to action. Pathways of service were created for volunteers to find ways to serve, and the Medical Reserve Corps and other organizations were formed.
So how many units are there?
It is a nationwide organization. There are over 900 units in the nation with over 250,000 volunteers.
So we have the Commonwealth of Virginia, and then we have the Eastern region.
The Eastern region.
So in terms of the number of volunteers in those, in the state and in the region, how many do we have?
In the state, we have 12,000 volunteers with 31 MRC units. And in the Eastern region, we have 8 units with about 1,700 volunteers.
Linda, so I understand that the MRC is looking for volunteers. What kind of background do they need in order to become involved in the Corps?
We have a lot of different types of volunteers, and because we work with public health, we use a lot of different types of skill sets. So we have both medical and support personnel within our units, and volunteers perform a variety of different tasks.
So if I don't have nursing or medical skills, you still could volunteer?
Absolutely. There's a lot of support tasks that go along with every medical task that we do.
So can you walk us through what a volunteer typically does?
All the units within Virginia are based out of the Virginia Department of Public Health. And so public health does a lot of different things. So we have volunteers that participate in medical screenings, flu immunizations, other types of immunizations, support other types of health initiatives, do health promotion. Some of our support personnel assist with data collection, administration needs.
Is there training provided?
Absolutely.
So what kind of training does the MRC take the volunteers through to make sure that they're ready to do whatever you're asking them to do?
All the training starts with an orientation where we bring people in and kind of acclimate them to what the organization is and acclimate them to public health as well. And then from there, it's more specific to each unit as to what their needs are. Our units are all similar within the state and within the region, but we're all a little bit different. There is some required online training in terms of understanding the structure that we work in, called Incident Command System. And beyond that, every unit kind of does their own individualized training pertaining
Teresa,
to their needs.
let me ask you, why is it critical that people get involved now or get involved early before there is some incident?
In the midst of chaos, we really would like to have volunteers that can come up and be deployed to the field and immediately help with the recovery process. So in doing that, if they sign up, we can track their credentials, we can make sure that they're trained, and we can alert them for rapid deployment. In the midst of chaos, we just don't have time to do that. That's not to say that we won't take them. We have skilled volunteers that do walk up, but we'd like to get you in ahead of time so that we can process you through.
It's the old, I guess, the Boy Scout, Girl Scout, be prepared.
Right, be prepared.
So Linda, let me ask you this. If I am a volunteer, how do I know when I'm needed?
We send out a request to you based on what the needs are. And that request can go out via email or phone. And we call you in and tell you that we need help with a certain thing, and if you're able to volunteer, there's a way that you can do that right through that system.
And so if I'm watching and I want to become a volunteer, how do I go about doing that?
We have a website that you can actually go to, vamrc.org.
And I think we can show that.
We can show that, and we can have volunteers go ahead and click on the area that they live. We ask that you sign up where you live. It's easier for deployment that way.
Well, thank you both. We are a safer community because of what you're doing, and it's a blessing to know that you guys are in our community. When we come back, this organization works to protect children, strengthen families, and empower people in crisis. And it's right here in Hampton Roads. Find out more after the break.